Welcome to another episode of the Good Karma Life podcast. I am Lorena Martinez, your host, and I can't wait to share more storytelling about how to bring the sacred into our life, how to bring science, spirituality, and create magic guided by the wisdom of our soul and our unique expression of the divine. So let's jump right in. Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of our season 2. And this episode comes as hopefully as a tool and uplifting information coming from the Akashic Records and my channelings regarding the eclipse on April 8th. So I felt really inspired to create this episode because going on social media is kind of scary recently. It's all about these dark prophecies and conspiracies about what is to happen and what is going to happen during the eclipse on April 8th. And I just felt really called and are really compelled to offer a completely different view of the eclipse and how we can really use this eclipse for the betterment of our life and for the betterment of humankind and to align us with the highest timelines for ourselves, to align with purpose, and for humankind to reclaim our divine birthright to live in harmony and to thrive. So, first of all, I am not an astrologer. You all know that by now, I hope. I am a channeler and I work with the Akashic Records. I woke up to my gifts when I was 4, when I could do astral travel and a little bit of remote viewing, and later on in life I connected after exploring all the shamanic practices from my country of origin, Colombia, including one journey of plant medicine, which I still have to do that episode and tell you all about it. I awakened to my channeling, and then later on, when I moved to United States, specifically to Hawaii, I awakened to the access to the Akashic Records. I believe that the Hawaiian island of Kauai was the one to awaken that gift, and I'm forever grateful. Also, my daughter was almost born there, so she was made there. Anyway, going straight into the eclipse. So, solar eclipses are powerful, so powerful. And I think that's one of the reasons that social media and the powers that be are using this powerful time to drive us into fear mongering and at the end to keep us vibrating in a low state of vibration. So we cannot align with our highest timeline as humans, as individuals, and as humankind. And so solar eclipse happened in new moon, and so when you think about it, new moons is always about new beginnings, new stars, start anew, new projects. And so when we have a solar eclipse during a new moon, it's always in a new moon, but when we have a solar eclipse, it's like having a supercharged new moon. And we have different types of eclipses, so they could be partial, and in this case we have a total eclipse. So this is like a new moon on Red Bull. So it's a really powerful time to manifest. Warning: manifest doesn't mean that you are gonna start doing magic and rituals and ceremonies and readings during this time. I advise you to not because I'm afraid of the energies. No, it's because these celestial events come already like is a package ready of the things that are meant to be for you. It's kind of like the delivery of a package that you order long time ago when you created your earth plan for incarnation. So it's like the gift is already packaged and sent to you. So you really don't need to do anything. And this package is tailor-made to align you with your highest timeline, and most importantly, with your purpose. Because the sun is purpose. So that's why I don't think you need to do anything and trying to control with a ritual or with a ceremony or with a reading, like trying to control the power of this cosmic gift is just kind of gonna mess with it. It's gonna like get in the way of a beautiful gift that is coming. So at this time, what I do recommend is to become really good at observing, kind of almost going into this place where you look at yourself from outside and what you say and what triggers you and what are the things popping up in your life. So we come from a lunar eclipse, and so lunar eclipse are all about letting go. And the reason for that is you have to let go, and you have to close on doors, and you have to hang out the phone, vacate space, make space for the new, because the solar eclipse is going to bring the new. So probably for a couple of weeks, and even if you're really sensitive and in tune with yourself, you have been starting to feel the things that are uncomfortable, the relationships that are not working now, the dynamics that are being difficult, uncomfortable, draining, friendships, partnerships, jobs, habits. You are most likely starting to feel it. And eclipse season comes also with a lot of triggers, and the triggers are the result of all the things that are not feeling like they're aligned with us anymore. It's kind of the triggers is the soul whispering, that's not for you, that's not working out, you better change that dynamic, you better become assertive, you better speak up, because this is not good for you and for you to align with your highest timeline. So at this time, I recommend a lot of journaling. So if you have your phone handy when you're outside and like working, maybe make a note of a certain event or person that trigger you, and then later at night or when you have the space, journal on it. What I love about journaling from the perspective of a psychologist and also as a spiritual tool handler, that's how I feel, really. I'm not a spiritual teacher or guru. I just have tools that I've used on myself. So what I love about journaling is that that's an opportunity for the unconscious to come up. It's almost like when you're journaling, you don't realize, but there's times when you're like actually automatic writing. And isn't that those moments where you are letting your unconscious talk and you're letting your intuition talk, and then when you read later about it, you will get surprised of the things that you find when you write with a purpose, or when you write about a trigger or a dynamic or a relationship that is not longer working. So journaling is a great tool during this time. Number 2 point that I wanted to talk about is, so the solar eclipse means that the earth and the moon and the sun are aligning perfectly. And so the moon is gonna go in between the sun and the earth. That the moon, again, the moon is the emotions, is the unconscious world. And the sun, it's what you are, the most genuine and your purpose. So this eclipse, or what happens when the moon covers the light, when the moon, being the emotions and the unconscious world, covers the sun, that is the light, purpose, means is what are the things that are getting in between you and your highest timeline? What are the things, the emotions, the triggers, the relationships, the dynamics, and the patterns, the habits that are getting on the way of you aligning with your highest timeline, with your most genuine free self, and with purpose? And so at that time, again, I invite you to be very observant of what are the things that are getting in the way of you aligning with purpose, with your most genuine self, and with who you want to be in your highest timeline. And then again, journal about it, explore where it comes from. After this time, you could use tools like actually getting a reading, doing a Reiki session, like exploring. If you feel like you're a really good explorer with yourself, then go ahead and journal some more and do meditation on those things and start exploring those themes, because those themes are the things that most likely we have to let go of, and then so we can align with the highest purpose. So within the next 18 months, that's how long we're going to be under the influence of this eclipse that has South Node in Libra, North Node in Aries. So Libra, the South Node, is what we need to let go again. And Libra, it's about relationships that are not working, relationship patterns, relationship dynamics, and codependency, and kind of how that codependency creates these self-sabotaging cycles. And then with the North Node in Aries, what the Akashic records were saying is more like is that desire, is that fire, is that capacity to go for who you really are and who you want to be, which ultimately that deep desire of connecting with that genuine part of you and doing what feels so much like in alignment is directly related to your purpose, I am sure. So the next 18 months is going to have this theme. So within the next 18 months, this gift that I was talking about that the solar eclipse is going to bring hints of opportunities, relationships, new patterns, new possibilities that align you with the highest purpose. And then the task is checking what are the things getting on the way of those higher beautiful opportunities that are going to start showing up for you to align. So it's kind of like everything is set up. This gift is right in front of you. What are the things getting in the way for you to unpack it, for you to fully unpack and get the gift? And so the 18 months are about this exploration and becoming aware of those things that we have to let go. What else regarding the eclipse? Okay, I really wanted to talk about this. So there is a lot of conspiracy theories about the end of the world, 3 days of darkness, the great is gonna die, we are gonna experience a bunch of like food crisis and like all these like really terrible apocalyptic things. And believe me, from the Akashic records, what they're saying, yes, this is apocalyptic, not because it is meant to be fear mongering. No, it's because we as a humankind, we're also dying, and we're starting to realize what are the things that are getting in the way of being in our highest timeline as humankind. So everything I describe for us happens in the collective. So this eclipse is also supposed to propel us as a collective into our highest timeline, and that's the power of this portal with the supercharged new moon that we're gonna get. Is a new beginning. So truly it could be the end of an era, the end of a time, and then this will put us in a new timeline. So all the things that we're seeing on social media about all these fear-mongering things and themes, sadly, this is something created for and from the powers that be, call it however, the puppeteers that control the world, all the people just wanting to hold on onto big fortunes and keep it humankind small and keep it under control and slave so they can keep making money and be in power. So a lot of this comes from that, and using this powerful time where everyone's attention is on this to lower our vibration. This is kind of like on the side of like black magic. Black magic is using beautiful nature events and energy and attention for something that is not of the good or not of the light or love or unity. So certainly there's a bunch of groups, most likely groups related with power and money and trying, other races as well. If you are one of those that believe that we are part of a galactic confederation that want to keep us a slave and that want to keep using and harvesting the powerful DNA and energy of humans to feed themselves and their purpose and their magic and their fortunes and their power. So what we can do to not be in the buzz of low vibration is to realize that this powerful, beautiful event is kind of like a death and rebirth, which is really beautiful because also kind of aligns with the springtime and the resurrection. So it's really beautiful how it was aligned. So can we use this for good? Yes, we can, and I think we should. So next time you see a post about something dark and twisted and weird regarding the eclipse, just scroll away and I invite you to do this beautiful kind of visualization. Again, you don't need to light a candle, do a ceremony, burn a paper, bury something. No, all you need to do is to purposely put your attention in the moment and the time where the eclipse is going to be happening in your area, and then connect with just the simplest knowing, the simplest inner knowing. And if there's one thing that you can say, I will tell you, is this: as the eclipse is happening, you could simply say, I'm ready to let go of the things that are getting in the way of me aligning with my highest purpose, and I'm ready to align with my highest purpose and timeline, and I'm ready for us to humankind to align with our highest timeline. Simply as that. If many of us use that energy in that moment to say and express this to the universe, believe me, we will align with the timeline, and we will align with that beautiful gift that is already packed and shipped, ready for us to receive it. I wanted to make this episode kind of short. I know that we are all busy and have our busy life and work and other things, but I really wanted to leave you with this empowering knowing about the eclipse, and knowing that this is an opportunity to empower and not to be in fear. This is an opportunity to reclaim your highest timeline for you and humankind. And so the next episode is actually gonna be that beautiful kind of mantra or visualization that I'm gonna create. Is only gonna be 5 or 6 minutes, so you can use it on the eclipse. Again, you don't need to do any ceremony, you don't need to light any candles, just be in those words, and I think that we can all together create magic. So from now until the eclipse, keep shining your light, scroll away on the things that are lowering your vibration, and let's all of us together listening to this podcast connect with that beautiful mantra on the 8th, and I am sure we are going to create the highest timeline, and we'll see miracles unfold for the next 18 months. Another simple exercise: take a piece of paper, write on the left what are the things you're ready to let go of, and on the right, what are the things you're ready to align with. And that could simply be, I'm ready to align with my highest timeline and purpose. And just keep it for 18 months and then see what happens. I love you all. Keep shining your light. You are the most beautiful and unique expression of the creator, source, the goddess, and I'm so thankful for your life, and I'm so thankful for you listening to me, and I'll see you soon.